everyone, I'm Ashley Eckstein, voice of Ahsoka Tano from Star Wars, and you are listening to the Magic Our Way podcast with Kevin, Danny, Eli, and Lee. And may the Force be with you.
Jumbo, everyone.
Harambe.
And welcome to another edition of
The Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
Magic Our Way.
The Magic Our Way podcast.
They are truly magical and whatnot.
Asante Sana, everyone. You're listening to the Magic Our Way podcast from New Orleans, Louisiana, in the United States of America. We are artistic buffs talking about Disney stuff. And this is the show in which every opinion is welcome. MagicOurWay.com is where you can find us for this episode. We discuss the announcements that caught our ear during the A Boundless Future Disney Parks Experiences and Products presentation at the D23 convention. And look, this isn't your typical polished, practiced, pixie dust and Disney podcast. No, sir. We are not in the parks every day, but we are in Louisiana every day. And dang it, we're going to try to find those Bayou Mountains.
One of these days, Kev.
One of these days, man.
That's right, man. So that's what we're here to do. We're here to drink, talk some Disney, and give you all the details from D23.
That's right. No matter what you hear, what you say, you can trust us. We've been doing this a good while, so just listen up.
My name is Kevin.
And I'm Danny.
I'm Eli.
And Lee. And hey, remember, when you call Lee, you can get all the D23.
That's right.
Oh,
Only once every 2 years, though, right?
Just ends at Father's Day.
But it lasts for a whole weekend, so that's some good
it's
D23.
amazing.
Still got to pay for it.
Oh, guys, look, plus we have a special guest. Special guest, who are you?
I am your local Cajun correspondent, sir. This is me, Cajun Chavez, straight out the Bayou country, when there are no mountains to be seen.
Are you sure
None.
about that?
Unless you watched the D23.
I watched that presentation. It was a mountain.
There was a mountain there. I've not
Disney's
found it yet.
never lied to me before, especially about prices and talking animals and all that.
Well, then it's out there somewhere. You just got to keep searching.
Maybe they're talking about the 310 bridge. You came over from Luling?
I was more thinking about the high rise over the.
over in the east? Over by Eli's?
Industrial Canal in New Orleans.
That's a pretty
Next
tall
thing you
mountain.
know,
Eli's house.
you're going to tell me there's no river mills in swamps.
Oh, no. Yeah, river, all over. All over.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Roll right into it.
Come on.
You never heard of River Mills, Louisiana?
And you come around the corner, and they always got a little old river boat with a bunch of animals singing and dancing on it.
That's my favorite place to visit.
That's easy hunting.
Good eating.
Good eating, good hunting, good times. Good times. You gotta watch out for the Shadow Man.
Oh, Shadow Man.
Oh, no. That's one thing this ride will not have.
Shadow Man.
No Shadow Man. Nothing to watch out for there. No darkness, spookiness in the swamp.
And apparently you'll be in the swamp, and there won't be any lightning bugs either. At least not one that has a crazy, funky Cajun accent.
Yeah, but he did.
He did.
He could be in the star, though.
And I guess that's why the Shadow Man's not there either, because this one takes place after the movie.
Oh, yeah, the friend's on the other side.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
they couldn't be trying to break back through the others. Well, you know, we're doing this show before the show.
Yeah, we're doing a show before
Show
show.
was.
Guys, look, enough of our pre-jibber jabber. Let's get on to jibber jabbering about D23. And here we are on the hub, and this is our main topic segment of the show. And like I said at the beginning, we are discussing all the things that were mentioned during Josh D'Amaro's presentation during D23 on that Sunday regarding all the parks all around the world, even the things included in the 100-year celebration that they're doing for the Disney company. And we're going to talk about some of the stuff that we heard. Yeah, so let's start locally, if we shall. Thinking about Disneyland Resort.
Okay.
In Disneyland Resort, they started with a couple of announcements regarding walk-around characters. The first walk-around character, and they even brought out Jon Favreau to help present this, which I thought was cute.
Yeah.
But one of the walk-around characters is going to be the Mandalorian with Grogu in his side bucket.
Mm-hmm.
Should be arriving very, very soon in November. How about that? Exciting, yeah? No?
I was a little uncomfortable with Grogu being that close to the Mandalorian's codpiece.
Keeps it warm.
Yeah, I thought he was working the puppet with his member. That's what it
Was
looked
it-
like.
Don't eat my baby frog. Don't stick that baby frog in my mouth.
I didn't even notice the arm that was on his side was working.
Yeah,
was it?
Yeah, no, his arm was fine.
Oh,
yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, I thought it was a Dreamfinder thing when he first came out too, where it was like all of a sudden the baby was going to pop out. No, he unveiled the baby.
Yeah.
So that was kind of it was cool. The puppet seemed a little limited.
Yeah, I guess there's not much when you're sitting next to the codpiece.
Yeah, working.
We're getting worked by the codpiece.
If you remember. But they said they worked on it for years and whatnot. I think it'll make a nice walk around character. I was kind of relieved because I was worried. I'm like, oh no, please don't tell me they're going to put a Mandalorian attraction in Galaxy's Edge. I don't want to see it.
I'd have went for that.
I would not have. Like, what Mandalorian exploits would you have liked to have, enjoy? I mean, the Mandalorian in himself as a character is kind of boring.
No, but like as something that you could have walked around Galaxy's Edge and bounty hunted people or something like that.
You can do that now.
Would you do go into a walk around Mandalore? Would you like that? See all the Mandalorians?
Yeah. I mean, maybe you can
party?
see some sort of stuff like happen. I mean, that's definitely a lot newer than what I've been seeing so far. But you know what? That's me. I'm getting older.
That's you. Well, how about this?
Eli's taking home a few girls where he put that Mandalorian helmet on there and kept it there and said, whatever you do, you must not show your face.
That's right, baby. This is the way.
And now that's the door.
That's the door.
That is the way.
There you go.
Well, how about this, man?
Yes, sir.
So they also brought out Kevin Feige, and they released, and Mark Ruffalo, I guess, did a Zoom bomb, so to speak.
Little pop up.
Yeah, a little pop up, and they revealed that there's going to be a Hulk walking around as well. And what outfit was that?
That was like the space outfit that they had.
The time thing,
time
right?
traveling.
Okay.
Which is like totally like the most least Hulk outfit I would want to go ahead and have a meet and greet.
You mean to
with.
tell me there wasn't a large demand for a photo op with the Hulk, not in the gladiator costume, not with his butt hanging out with the towel off, but in that skin tight, look like 2 sizes too small time travel outfit into the quantum realm?
Yeah, that's right. All of Facebook Marvel fan was blowing up. That's what they've been begging for all that time. No, we lying. Come on now. What? You want a chance to see the Hulk? You want to see Hulk? Not
green.
Yeah, I want some.
There was some green peeking out underneath.
There's a big hand. Like I got Hulk hands at my house. I got that.
That was funny, right? Because like when Mark Ruffalo interrupted, he's like, "Yeah, it needs more color. Maybe a little bit more green." And then he walked down the outfit. It's like all white.
Yeah, you just see these eyes just in there in the helmet.
Yeah, it's like, did you hear what Mark Ruffalo said?
It's like a full body space and time travel suit that covers your whole body, but just for the purposes of showing some green. I guess he took off his gloves or something. Is that what the original outfit looked like? Could you see the Hulk hands in the original outfit?
I don't know. It all happened so fast when they all went. But I'm confident that his hands had to have been out. But yeah, that doesn't. I mean, it was cool to see Fahey, of course.
Yeah,
all the
with
time.
baseball cap and all.
But yeah, that's not one of the stronger reveals. I would say for one of the more stronger Marvel characters.
Well, we know why they did it, though.
Well, yeah, but
they can't be like, "Mommy, the Hulk is not talking to me. Mommy, why the Hulk face frozen in this Hulk look of anger?"
Well, okay, so maybe not the walk around Hulk, but they did talk about the third attraction supposed to be Avengers Campus.
Yes, yeah.
They didn't really talk much about it, but apparently it's a while back we heard something about the Quinjet thing, right? There was supposed to be an e-ticket Quinjet ride, right, when they first opened this thing. I haven't heard anything since, but he did. I remember him saying something like, when the multiverse thing came out, they went back to the drawing board, and I guess the Quinjet e-ticket is squashed idea. Now, that idea is squashed, and now they're basing a ride based on the multiverse, and the riders will battle against villains from different universes, including what they revealed is King Thanos.
Yeah, King Thanos. They had a nice illustration of him. I was like, wow, that's pretty
Is that a thing in the
intense.
comic books, guys? I don't know this as much. Is there a King Thanos, or this is just?
Well, not. I don't know to that degree. I'm sure it is. I mean, it's easily something that's explored, but the way he put it was like, yeah, this is the Thanos that won. So
yeah, that's what he said. Yeah,
I think that's a cool concept, but they were also showing in there all of the other different characters that were walking around that you could have the meet and greet with. And that was it was a nice expanded list. I thought that was pretty cool.
I don't know. I don't have much to react on this attraction because they didn't really say much.
I was kind of disappointed with it.
Yeah.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I was looking forward to the Quinjet attraction.
I was too. I remember I was excited about it. I even posted it up in the thing. It was like, Quinjet?
Yeah, and so now we're just going to play off of that multiverse thing. And I mean, I would think the idea behind doing something in the parks is that the story that you're doing is kind of timeless.
Mm-hmm.
And
this is, in a sense.
well, no, this is like an extreme time variation, right? This isn't even part of anything that would happen within the movie. You're not riding the movie. You're not seeing what it's almost like, hey, we need a baddie. Let's bring back Thanos.
Yeah, I think it's more like a, hey, let's just throw every single thing at you that we can. I mean, if the illustration is any sort of indication of that, I mean, it's like, yeah, let's just take every character and just...
They're taking all the characters that we know already and throwing them against the one villain that everybody knows and hates.
Maybe it'll be great, but I don't know. I just don't want to see no like weird tangent ride. Can we just focus on the main Avengers people that we all want to see?
Yeah,
Right?
but you got some more in D+, so you're trying to get all the universe in there. Some fast cramming.
That way they can change it all, right?
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. All right, one last thing in Disney California Adventure. Over at Pacific Wharf, they announced that it's going to be turned into San Francisco from Big Hero 6.
I liked that.
Yeah, I did too, yeah.
That sounds amazing.
Yeah. Now the question is, how far back do they go? I mean, is this everything? Is Paradise Pier completely wiped off the map?
They didn't go into detail about that, but that's what I would assume because they did say Pacific Wharf specifically.
I can't imagine you get rid of Toy Story Midway Mania. I can't imagine you get rid of the new Inside Out attraction they put over there. But I mean, it kind of seems like, yeah, it would make sense.
Retheme with a coaster, maybe? I don't know.
The coaster would be the easiest thing I would think you could do. I mean, it's
Toy
not
Story
like,
Mania you could retheme too, I bet. To something Big Hero 60.
you know what? That would probably make even more sense.
Yeah.
But would they?
Throw a bunch of whatever little microbots.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, would they do it? That's the question.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, who's the fast one in Big Hero 6?
The dude in the wheels, huh? Or whatever. I don't know this. I don't remember.
It was like Honey Lemon and Go-Go Gadget something. I don't know.
Go Gadget Wheels.
Awesome.
Marvel gurus, come on, help us.
Oh,
Never mind.
Nope, I was going to say.
I'm tapping out on this one.
I can Google
Tap
search too, guys.
Yeah, well,
It's
that's
not that hard.
no, that's
right,
You know
there
what I
was-
do?
I was pulling all the names off the picture.
There
from
was
you.
Fred. There's Go-Go Tamago.
Wilma?
Got it.
Yeah, Wilma.
Fred was the
Go-Go
underwear guy.
Barney. Bam Bam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Ted-
That would be a good ride right there.
Yeah.
Just go through Toy Story
Let's
Midway
do that.
Mania. Bam, 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 bam.
Tedeschi, Martin, and Wood.
Yeah.
Anyway, I guess while you guys are researching that,
Sure.
just I'll let you know that Paradise Pier Hotel is going to become the Pixar Place Hotel. So maybe they're not getting rid of some of the Pixar guys.
Yeah, they're going to take all the Pixar stuff and move it into the hotel.
It's a hotel, yeah.
Yeah, and then boom.
Yeah, big old statue of Jack Jack.
All the
Rethemed
Jack
them.
Jack. On fire, not on fire.
You're just going to do Toy Story. Just going to do Toy Story Midway Mania from your room on the TV. There's
You
going to put a
could,
Wii in your
you
room,
could. You
and that's where
definitely
your
could.
Toy Story Midway Mania will be.
Hey, why not put a attraction in a hotel? How about that?
That would be cool.
You know, that'd be something
On the
different,
top
I guess.
of the hotel.
On top of the hotel. I got tickets to the attraction on top of the hotel.
Maybe you could do it on a boat. Why not?
Yeah.
They do it on what you call it, in Vegas.
In
right?
Vegas, yeah, that's what I was
they
thinking,
Hang
yeah.
you off the building.
Well, you got this, yeah, like the zip line they have in the middle of the street and stuff.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, zip line off a building into the parks.
There you go.
If you
That's
like.
awesome.
dude,
Faster
I would so
than
do
the
that.
Skyliner. You passing people in the sky like, woo!
And they can charge extra for the World of Color experience where you fly over World of Color.
It's all a blur.
Yeah. All the colors combined. It's
Oh, my
beautiful.
goodness.
Is the
World of Color is going to be the underneath section where everybody who couldn't hang on.
Is zip line through the Matterhorn?
Yeah, zip line through Matterhorn.
There's a lot of red in this. All
Yeah.
right, so let's
Yeah, you just-
leave.
Yeah, talk about breezing through security.
Hey.
Yes.
All right, so let's leave California Adventure, and in between there, of course, we run into downtown Disneyland.
Okay.
And their big announcement for that place was 2 new restaurants. One of which is called Porto's Bakery, which seemed to draw a lot of excitement from the people that were there. Don't
Don't
know
know
it.
anything about it.
Nothing about
Must
it.
be a California thing. I have no
Honestly,
idea.
when I saw that, I was like, I'm down for that.
You know
I
Porto's
went,
Bakery?
I went to that restaurant. We went to Disneyland. Yeah, we went that trip. We went to Disneyland. I worked in California the week before. That was one of the main places people said to go, was to Porto's.
Really?
And I mean, that place is super popular. It was packed to the gills.
Was it good?
And like, it was good. It was really good. They're mostly known for like their baked items. Like I saw a lot of people getting just like boxes full of pastries and stuff like that.
Damn.
I don't remember exactly what I had, but I probably had like a some kind of Cuban pork dish and some empanadas, if I remember right. But yeah, it was good. Like I recognized it immediately when they said it. Porto's. I was like, oh, I've been there.
So it's more than a bakery.
Oh yeah, they have like actual food too.
Okay.
Yeah,
but they're known for the bakery is what they're the main draw.
Let's say we saw bread and I saw like cucumbers blurred. I
saw a big ball that they were holding up like that for the Portos.
Yeah, I guess it's one of the baked goods. I guess.
So I was kind of like, okay, if you're excited, then good for y'all.
Yeah,
I felt nothing about that.
Yeah, neither did I. I just know it could be good. Who knows? But the other thing they've also announced was the installation of a Din Tai Fung restaurant.
And Foom was
and I had to look that up. Apparently, it's a world-renowned Chinese restaurant which originated in Taiwan that specializes in soup, dumplings, and noodles.
Wake me up when they get a Nobu.
Oh, that'd be good too.
Yeah,
but yeah, they're out of Taiwan, so
kick Morimoto right out of Walt Disney World. I tell you,
out of there,
Chef Nobu. You honor us with your presence, Morimoto. Get the out.
Chef Chinese, you are no longer.
Is this the same dish we serve? Hey,
yes.
All they serve is soup? That's it?
No.
It tastes the soup.
Dumplings and noodles. Soup, dumplings, and noodles.
Soup, dumplings, and noodles.
Yeah, it's basically dumplings and noodles.
Okay.
And so that's their specialty, but I'm sure they do other stuff.
Do they do bows?
Yeah.
Probably so. Who knows?
Bow down.
Do they walk around? And
I mean, I could look up the menu, but
break your heart and make you eat them?
Oh, no. Oh, no.
All right, so let's enter the park, Disneyland Park itself. Right?
Okay.
One of the first announcements we talked about was Disneyland's Toontown Land will get a renovation of sorts.
That was pretty cool. I like that. I like how they gave it a nod to the old and improved upon the old and made it better. Like, it's something that I just wish that they did more of, where they said, okay, listen, y'all like this. Instead of just ripping it out and putting something else in there, we're going to keep that and we're going to improve upon the design. And as much as, obviously they can. Obviously, you can't have kids jumping around inside Goofy's house on the trampoline anymore.
Or fights.
Yeah, you can't have fights. Well, oh, man. Oh, yeah. The Toontown Octagon would have been an awesome attraction. Why can't we do that?
There you go. Don't cost you nothing.
Yeah.
We should just pop out of the ground when somebody starts fighting and then just kind of
get all the family
That would have
involved.
been a good attraction for Donald Duck theming.
Oh, there you go.
You get that temper. He likes to fight.
Yeah.
That him in there.
He comes in and refs it, throws a hat at him, shoves his duck butt in the face.
Meanwhile, his uncle is there taking bets, right?
Oh, there we go.
Here, I got the odds here.
Now we're blue sky.
With duck butt.
And every single time somebody lands a punch, it's like boing, bong, hoop.
Clouds shoot out, birds
Eyes
fly
bug
out
out,
of it. Yeah.
Yeah, so they're going to get their own version of Mickey Minnie's Running Railway, which
Lucky
is
them.
excellent.
Good for y'all.
That's awesome.
I like to see how they theme
Great.
that in.
Oh, I love their new version of theming where it's like a Mickey Mouse museum covering Mickey in his various incarnations
Love it.
over the years. Great
El
job.
Capitan
I love it.
Theater.
Yeah, the El Capitan Theater is going to be awesome.
Really well done.
And they should do that because, again, that's the mouse's house. You should get a little more respect. So,
Yeah.
The Mouse
no
House.
doubt. Yeah.
Yeah,
I like
dig
that.
it. Very, very exciting. And another announcement for that park, which, we've been talking about in the groups as far as we've made our comments known or our thoughts known previously, is Tiana's Bayou Adventure, which will be replacing Splash Mountain, set to set sail in late 2024.
What? I never heard about this.
What is
Yeah.
that?
This is the one based upon Tiana. It happens after the movie. Continues the story, and it's their love letter to the city of New Orleans.
Oh, a love letter to us.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
yeah.
nice.
In any of their time touring New Orleans, did they ever bother to go to a swamp?
I don't think so. Based upon the photos, if you saw the video,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw the video. I watched a lot of. They went to the Dookie Chase's restaurant.
Good stuff.
Yeah, they went to the Quarter. Obviously, I saw a lot of the places they went to.
Historic Museum in New Orleans. Yeah.
Historic Museum, Mardi Gras Indians, all that. Never saw them go to a swamp,
no, never.
No.
which might explain something.
That's a good
Yeah.
point. That's a really good point.
I'm just imagining Josh in his like suit and tie, like on a P-row rolling down the bayou.
Sitting in there like,
Josh tomorrow.
we can't do this.
This is too much.
Ugh.
How we gonna fit an alligator in a Mardi Gras Indian costume? How is that gonna work?
Josh is probably sitting there like, the good news is the alligators went in our Splash Mountain ride. This is extra theming.
We can actually put one on the side.
We need crystal clear blue water in this swamp so the guests can see all the real alligators breaking in to our swamp.
That's it, because that's what they want. I mean, yeah, that's where studying needs to be. I mean, we saw the model for that. I know everybody has their opinion.
Yeah.
But that looked like a chia pet exploded to me. That's first thing I thought. Like, it's like, what is that?
It looked like a tropical paradise.
Yes.
It was beautiful.
It really was. I felt like I wanted to go there. So I texted Kirk. I was like, dude, I had no idea you lived in an oasis of
Why don't they
splendor.
have resorts there?
Like the only thing that was missing was a rainbow.
A double rainbow.
A double rainbow.
Double rainbow fantasy.
The most beautiful thing in the world. I mean, I can't believe they've captured the essence of Bayou country, South Louisiana, so perfectly.
That's what they do.
You know what? I need to go live with in the group and show you how they have gotten exactly. They've
How got it
captured
right.
the essence.
I want to see the boat, the attraction vehicles as swamp boats with the big fan on the back.
You want an airboat?
wow.
Called it
Just
a swamp
hauling ass,
boat?
just hauling ass down Splash Mountain.
Airboats. Airboats, Lee. We got to learn it. The
Yeah, airboats.
Airboats. Swamp boats.
The airboats they use for the swamp tours. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what I want to see.
Kirk, you look speechless.
It's all good.
Just to clarify, because I've been looking through the internet, looking at all the different arguments for it, against it, and stuff. I just want to say, look, I have no problem with the change. Change is fine. It's what they're doing with the change is what bothers me. So the people that are arguing, oh, I love the change. That's great. We're not arguing that piece. And we've stated this before. We're arguing what they're doing to change it.
Well, in the past, to be fair, we have argued against the reason for the change.
Yeah.
Having said that, change is going to happen no matter what. I mean, we're not just going to be screaming into the wind like, oh my God, we're so against this happening. It's like, we said it last time. It's like, when I got back from Disney World, if you don't let Splash Mountain rot away like that, not fix any of the effects, not work to make it a great show, then just get rid of it and go ahead and do what you're going to do anyway. Just get it over with. No need to watch it suffer a slow, agonizing death. This euthanasia that and just put it down
over, yeah.
and retheme it to what it's ultimately going to end up being no matter what. But I mean, I will say, yeah. Do I have somewhat of an issue? Do I have somewhat of an issue with them saying, "Hey, we're going to fix historical inaccuracies of this old ride by giving you now geographical inaccuracies in this new ride"?
Yeah.
And that's exactly what we're arguing about.
But it looks great at night.
Oh, love
That's everything.
There you
awesome.
go.
It was beautiful.
That's what counts.
Yeah.
But the best part
Beautiful.
is that they're both based on a cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
But even the cartoon
It's more factual than
didn't
this. Yeah.
present it like this.
Yeah.
This is not even, if you watch Princess and the Frog, there's nothing that looks like this. They even took away Madame Odie's house. Which I got to imagine had something to do with forced perspective and what they could actually fit up there.
Couldn't you put it where that water tower with the tiara on it is going to be? Closer to the bottom instead of on top with the...
I think it made more sense to put it at the top because that would be. But yeah, no, I said that in the group. I don't get the water tower thing. Like, why?
That is kind of strange.
They say there's going to be a restaurant there. Maybe that goes with the restaurant. What is the restaurant in the ride? Where's the restaurant?
Yeah, I was like, are you gonna take some of the stuff that you learned from Miss Chase's restaurant and put it in this? Because I was like, okay, I would eat there.
Sure.
I would try that.
But there's a concept art, I guess it's supposed to be, of the ceremony when they put the tiara on top of the water tower.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the cast, Tiana and Prince Naveen, everybody standing around, and it actually says placing the tiara, and they're standing there in front of it, and it's got a picture of that mountain in the background. So Tiana, Prince Naveen, the rest of the cast went to this to lay the tiara on top of this thing near New Orleans with this mountain in the background. There's no mountain in... Okay, I'm not...
It's
not
11.
Wait, don't walk away from this yet.
No, because
Don't walk away from this
Because here's the
yet.
thing: we're a New Orleans-based podcast. You expect us to stop at this point and discuss.
Well, especially when you keep saying that this is a love letter to New Orleans.
It's a love
Oh.
letter. They need to proofread that before they get it out.
Let me add to this because there's a video YouTuber that was shot through the whole display area, and he caught one of the Imagineers responsible for this that was here in New Orleans. And so I wrote this quote in the group, if you're not there, Magic Our Way, Pleasure Island. But and I wrote this down exactly what she said. She said, what we do is we really bring the authenticity of New Orleans to life, because New Orleans is a place where you come in one way and you come out another, changed, enlightened, and inspired. And that's what this is all about. Now, to her credit, I don't know what the scenes are going to look like inside the mountain. Sure, maybe she takes a lot of that stuff in there.
That was a big disappointment.
But that's the biggest point. But the exterior, the first thing that you see, you can't tell me any of that is valid. What she said.
Not even
I mean,
close.
that's a bunch of fluff.
There is no well, Kirk. Again, how many river males are there in swamps? I mean, because I don't know, man. Every swamp I've ever drove, the water's usually pretty stagnant. It's not really moving to work a whole mill.
Well, let's say there is an area where I live in Lafourche Parish where there is an old town named Bowie. The town's not there anymore because it was a lumber town, and it was caught fire, burned down, it was abandoned, and whatever's left of the lumber mill is not much.
It's still
back there, not in the swamp, but it's in the overgrown part of the field. The trees are gone, whatever. But yeah, the reason with the water next to the lumber mill is to that's how they flow the logs into there.
Yeah.
So they got some there, but you're right. There is no lumber mill in a freaking swamp.
I got a question. It's a serious question.
Sure.
Is there Bayou mist there?
Oh, dude, all kind of Bayou mist.
Okay.
There's so much Bayou mist.
You know what it is? It's like
Mist.
when on a hot summer day when he
Yeah.
comes out of the air condition and Kirk goes out into the hot, you see all that steam coming up from his crotch area.
so much. There's so much mist. Mist is all
It's the
over.
kind of stuff that
Mist.
fogs up your glasses when you walk outside.
Can I say, because I watched the airing, and the lady was like, "You've never seen this before in any attraction. We got Bayou mist," and I just looked over like, that sounds like deodorant that you get to swap. What the hell is Bayou mist? What is that even supposed to be?
Old Spice.
I mean, are they saying
It's like the new Mountain Dew drink that just came out. It's like a fake Mountain Dew. Bayou mist.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Baton Rouge.
Are you saying our state stink? I mean, is that what you saying? Like, that's the impression I got. You know, you say love letter, I say it's a Dear John letter.
I've heard of Bayou Musk, but Bayou Mist.
Bayou
Kirk's
mist.
got that Bayou Must.
So
Yeah.
So you're in Frontierland. Let's talk about Disney World for a second. You're in Frontierland and you go to Big Thunder Mountain. You have the mountains, the buttes supposed to be out in the west.
Yeah.
You can go out there. You can actually see those kind of mountain ranges. You can see that. You got the little town. I'm sure there's somewhere out in Texas, New Mexico, whatever. You can find a little town that kind of looks like that.
A little bit.
Now, granted, there may not be a dude in a flash flood in a tub,
Yeah,
but that's okay. That's
May not
part of
be.
the
May not be.
cartoon.
Oh, Lord.
fantasy.
you know what? You go across
Yeah.
the way. You got a waterway, Tom Sawyer Island. And I'm sure if you go out to Missouri or whatever, you can probably find something that looks kind of like that. You come down the yard, you ain't finding no mountain.
Ain't no
You ain't
mountain.
especially when they're red clay. Like you go maybe in North Louisiana. Maybe that's where in North Louisiana. Maybe Tiana moves. She's up there.
Okay.
No. It's Bayou Adventure. Can't be North Louisiana.
See, yeah.
So here's the thing. So
I
want
feel you there, Kirk.
Yeah, I want
feel
to
you
make
there.
another quote, and this is from another, I guess, a Disney social media person. That one of the arguments for give the ride a chance, people. And
we're giving it a
This isn't
chance.
nothing but the ride.
yeah.
Somebody's telling us to give it like they on us, or just say this is a
No. It's not on us. It's not on us.
Okay.
It's just he was discussing, I guess, with his constituents,
Okay.
and this is what he had to say. This is his argument for giving the ride a chance, which we will. It's no problem. But he says, because a talking bear and fox who wore clothes and went after a rabbit with a bluebird as a friend is realistic, or a flying elephant, or a hang gliding around the world in one continuous ride, or a rocket jet spinning in a circle in the middle of Florida, and he says it's okay. It's no need for anyone to get so upset. Give the ride a chance.
That is like saying, hey, by the way, here's a new ride based in the desert that looks like a hot springs. You might as well just put a Post-it note on a mountain that just says swamp. And that would just do exactly what it needs to do. I have no problem giving it a chance, but they're not even trying to make it look like that. And then you can't tell me you're not a little bit concerned that, A, they've already taken Madame Odie's house, gone, not even a part of this. We're seeing what looks to be like, as Kirk said, it's a river mill of some sorts. I don't know what. I've never seen anything like that in a swamp. I knew there was like a little area that you went through, but I didn't realize there was a paddle wheel connected to that because, again, I don't know that so much water is moving so fast through the swamp that it's powering anything, but then you never see anything from the concept art for the inside was the exact same piece of concept art that we've already seen. What we do know is that a lot of those animatronics from Splash Mountain are going to be rethemed and reskinned, and one of the characters is going to be what looked to be a Nutria rat.
Yeah,
that's about right.
With a
with a
mustache.
long mustache playing.
It was kind of skinny for a Nutria, though. He didn't look as plump. He looked like a otter with a staff.
You're right about that. Very skinny for a Nutria rat. It looked like a dog at first. We couldn't figure out, was it a dog or was it a Nutria rat? And I think we all settled that it had to be a Nutria rat.
Got to be a Nutria if
Yeah,
you
the long
want to be
tail.
accurate, but maybe not. This is fantasy, though. We should give the rat a chance.
Well-
Yeah, why not? They have
it's
this skinny
but
Nutria.
fantasy's cool, but don't make a point in saying, "Hey, our whole staff went down to this area, explored it," like kind of like what they did with Moana. You know, they were like, "Hey, we studied Polynesian culture, and we went down to the islands." And so when you saw the movie, granted, I get it, it's not an attraction, it's just a movie, but you can say, "Oh, there's authenticity there." But we're literally telling you, like, they just visited places, like Danny said earlier, that weren't swamp. Like, if it had been Leah Chase's restaurant or Bourbon Street or something like that, and that's what the ride was, would make total sense. But don't go out and say you explored our city and made it true, and don't look true on the ride, but exploded Chia Pet now.
And don't even blow smoke up our ass saying this is a love letter to New Orleans. New Orleans Square is a love letter to New Orleans.
That is true.
I mean, you could walk through there and realize that Walt Disney had a love for New Orleans, and it is reminiscent. So much so where when you walk through there, it's like, oh my God, this is the most idealistic version of where we live. It's so true to where we live, but clean.
Yes.
Then
So
to your
clean.
point, the story about the politician,
The
use that
politician, yes.
as a background.
Because
that lady.
it was so beautiful. That is a level of New Orleans. This is shoehorning existing IP into an area.
Mm-hmm.
And 9 times out of 10, we said it when they first announced it, that 9 times out of 10, when this happens, it's done on the cheap. And already you're starting to see where they're backing off the original concept. There's no Madame Modi's house at the top of it. We know, apparently, that Keith David isn't going to be taking part of
Yeah,
this
he's not one of the voices.
which
Yep.
Dr. Facilier is one of the best Disney villains ever. Top 5, I would say, easily. You're just going to leave him out of this?
Yeah, even the storyline is weird. Like, you know, they're searching for an ingredient. Well, it's probably Tony Satchery's. That's,
Yeah.
you know, it's pepper.
And it won't be Old Bay.
It won't be
In the
obeyed.
Louisiana kitchen.
Oh, no,
give two
Kev,
shits
they-
about
yeah.
Old Bay.
They visited here.
Oh, yeah.
They're gonna sell Zatarans in the gift shop.
I hope so.
Probably more accurate than some of the other stuff.
No obey.
Then they could have used this ride to jumpstart even to go into a new movie. You know, Dr. Facilier, you know, his friends take him to the other side at the end of the first one. This ride explains how he comes back, and then it leads
Sure.
into you can make a part 2.
Yeah,
bring,
that makes
bring
sense.
him back.
100%.
So
They
So many
wait-
good ideas.
Not having that drop and not having Dr. Facilier involved with that drop in some kind of way is a wasted opportunity. Perfectly explains it. He's sending it over to his friends on the other side.
Yeah. No, I think that would have been great.
they lied to
That was
us.
great.
And
But
that-
anyway, yeah.
the biggest thing is Ray's not in it.
I would put Dr. Facilier above Ray, but yeah,
Of course,
no,
but
I can.
still. Why can't have him in there? You
Yeah, he's going to be a star. He's going to be a light.
Well,
One little light shit.
Two lights.
when they visited New Orleans, they didn't hear anybody that talked like that.
No,
They
you're
go to
right.
the right place.
You're
To be
right.
fair,
They heard the New Orleans accent, not
yeah,
the, not
to
the
be
Bayou
fair,
accent.
yeah. If you want that accent, you can't. That's not to be found in New Orleans.
Yeah, you find that in Waterboy. You
Right.
don't find that in South Louisiana.
You walk into the gift shop and say, "Hey, babe, how's your mom and them?"
Who would have thought Adam Sandler can do a film that is more culturally reflective of the actual way of New Orleans living in the bayou on the swamp than what Disney could? Congratulations, Adam Sandler.
Hey, nothing but
Kirk
the
is dying.
devil. Hey, nothing
is
but the
dying.
devil.
Mama said, Mama said.
Boucher, you get out there. Yep.
Anyway, all right. So
Foosball!
we harped on Tiana enough, and we must move on. Yeah, this won't be the last we have
Keep your
discussion
hate
of
mail
this.
coming.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'll fight to the death on it. So.
I'll argue with anybody on this.
Yeah.
I don't
Well,
care.
you know, and it pisses me off because sometimes you'll hear people saying, like, you know, people like that, they're hating on the ride. We're not hating on the ride. We're reacting to what's being shown to us. And we're not like, ugh, that does not look good.
I mean,
Ugh.
people always argue that the whole South Louisiana area is just, its own culture in itself. But yeah, well, at least, you know, respect some other culture. You
Sure.
know, it is very unique compared to the rest of the nation. I can guarantee you that.
Well, when you hear somebody is arguing about this ride compared was bringing this one because of Splash Mountain. Even if you don't say the word Splash Mountain, Song of the South, they automatically think you're against Tiana coming in, taking the place of Song of the South.
Yeah, not at all.
That's because the mindset's limited.
Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
It's a totally different subject.
Yeah.
Nothing against Tiana coming in. I think she deserves her own ground up ride for herself, not something like this.
No,
shoehorn,
no. And I think, again, there's nothing that's shown us that this is not being done on the cheap. The only thing I can say about it, the one positive thing I can say is that when they showed the concept art, and I've said this from the get-go, the concept art that they showed us for Princess and the Frog looked nice. It looked nice. Concept art always looks nice. But 9 times out of 10, when they retrofit an attraction, it does not work out well. And that's what I'm worried about for sure. But I will say the concept art for Tiana's Bayou Adventure at night looked amazing.
Oh, yeah, it looks great.
It
Even
looked
the waterfall looks amazing.
It looked gorgeous. But, I mean, I've also seen Splash Mountain at night, and it looks pretty good as it is.
Yeah.
So,
all right, so let's bring it to our own park resort area, Walt Disney World. And one of the things, they brought up Journey of Water again, which was supposed to open late next year. So just to remind us that whole World Celebration area in Epcot supposed to be happening. So they touched upon that, talked about that for a little bit. One of the things that they say will be coming back as far as walk around is Figment, the purple dragon.
yeah.
But it's funny because they built it up, right? We're all sitting here watching. They built it up. It was like, is it going to be Dreamfinder? Are you going to include Dreamfinder in this? And no, they're not including Dreamfinder in this. Just Figment in and of itself. It will be returning for meet and greets. So I guess that's cool, right?
I guess. I mean, it just reminds you that they still have no plans to do anything with Imagination.
Right, exactly, yeah.
It's almost like a kick in the nuts. It's like, hey, look, you're getting a puppet walk around character, but we still have no idea how to fix this thing. That's pretty wrecked.
I mean, do you think they would have got this if those popcorn buckets wouldn't have gone nuts?
That's what I said.
Did they suddenly realize, like, oh crap, people like this? We should do something here. You know what I mean?
Keep it relevant, yeah.
I really don't care about. Well, I don't say I don't care. Figment doesn't mean anything to me. I didn't grow up with it. I didn't, come up with it. It's a cool little character, but it doesn't to me, it's like, oh, I gotta see Figment, and I won't buy anything Figment. So it doesn't do anything personally. But I understand that there are people that love the character of Figment. But why? And if you're not going to bring the whole thing back, and like you said, like the Dreamfinder, why would they not have both if they want to bring back that nostalgia or whatever?
Well, and that's the thing, and I agree with you, Lee, because Figment works best because it's old school Disney types that remember the original ride. Younger people growing up on this new version of ride are not going to have those feels for Figment. Like the older people, I mean, if you don't start addressing the fact that ride's nonsense, it's a walk-on attraction at this point, is it not?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah,
pretty much. Yeah. I mean, unless it's one of those peak seasons where there's nothing else
super busy,
where Soarin's a 2-hour wait, and oh, well, let's go on here. Then the lines will build up. But other than that, no.
Yeah. To me, this is just again, just a reminder that, we still have no plans to do anything with Imagination. Yep. And it sucks.
And that's the main message of Figment.
Yeah. I mean, for a bunch of Imagineers and a company built around Imagination to have no plans to correct their faulty Imagination ride is sad.
You think it's going to be like a full size, 6 foot tall purple dragon walking around the thing?
It's probably going to be the same as what they've had before. Like a little guy right there in your arm, somebody's arms up their butt and something like that.
Kirk's right. There was a 6-foot Figment at one point.
Was there really?
Yeah, I got a picture with him somewhere.
Huh.
There was.
Well, maybe it'll be as big as Space Hulk, because Space Hulk was huge. Space Hulk was 10 feet tall.
At least
you knew what Space Hulk was.
Space Hulk was Wreck-It Ralph painted green and white.
Pretty much, yeah. They probably reused the costume, yeah.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
All right, but anyway, so they moved on and they showed us footage of Damara riding Tron Light Cycle, which we keep on hearing is going to open. Now they're saying spring 2023.
Yeah.
No big whoop there.
No.
But the biggest surprise, to me at least, I don't know about you guys, but they mentioned at Walt Disney World is the addition to the Haunted Mansion.
Yep.
and a new ghost that will be populating that attraction, known to all of us as the Hatbox Ghost, will be coming to Walt Disney World's Haunted Mansion.
I grabbed Kirk as soon as the announcement was started, and I started shaking him. I'm like, here it comes, here it comes, here it comes. This, to me, was the most exciting. This is the pinnacle of D23. For me, this moment right here.
Yeah, no, it's pretty exciting.
We know
Finally.
Hatbox Ghost is coming, and the exact date's coming, and it's what? Less than a year away.
Mm-hmm.
Less than a year away.
It's so beautiful.
It was, I think it was, Professor X, Mr. X, whatever, in the group.
Yeah, Professor X.
He had posted a little question. Since he's technically being added to the ride, and he's not there right now, he's being added to the ride. Is he the 1,000th ghost now? Ghost? Not ghost. So he's not there. He's being added to it. There's 999 there now. If they add him to it, does that make 100?
But
I think one of the, as we learned from Coco, I think one of the older ghosts is finally making their final death.
Yeah, but that's how they get rid of the Hanging Man.
Yes, yeah. Hanging Man? Oh, that one.
Oh, take the Hanging Man now. I could care less after this. I mean, I'm in cloud 9 off of this. I mean, that's
Hatbox is
a great addition. But no, that's a funny question. It's a good thought to have had. But yeah, no, they didn't add any extra ghosts when they added the whole little cemetery playland or the MC Escher style staircase or any of that stuff. So it's always going to stay at 999 because there's always room for improvement.
Yes.
Isn't that a great message?
Always room for improvement. Yeah. Cool. So all right. So that pretty much it for Walt Disney World. There's nothing else.
Can we just stay in that moment for just one quick second?
I know how you feel. That's how I felt with the Marvel. They like,
it just feels like, we bitch about the basket. We're just staying in this happy moment, this happy place.
Stay in basket and
because
glow.
there are kids right now that are like 1, 2 years old when they ride the Haunted Mansion. They will have never known a Haunted Mansion without the Hatbox Ghost in it, and that's the way.
That's exciting.
It should have been from the start. And it's such a little nothing, but it means so much to true Haunted Mansion fans. And the fact that, to an extent, we made this ghost happen because we never let them forget about that ghost because we were so curious about it, and he had such a great look and such a great concept. The head goes back and forth and back. We made them put that ghost back in, and now it's in both iterations, and couldn't love it anymore.
Yeah, that's true. To answer Professor S's question, with that being said, there's 2 Haunted Mansions. So, yeah, he just kind of had it was almost like having your house and then a beach house somewhere else. So I guess he can't be an addition. It was already his.
Well, he's in Phantom Manor too, right?
Yeah.
Correctly, the new iteration.
No.
Don't they have like the version of a Hatbox guy?
No.
No? Oh, maybe not.
Well,
Okay.
it wasn't when I went there. I can tell you that for
Well, I was just thinking from when Steven was telling us about it. I thought maybe there was in the newest iteration of that
I
ride.
don't remember reading about it, but I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Y'all were happy, though, because it looked like...
Because the Hatbox Ghost with me, it's mostly the Phantom. Like, when you get animatronics, it's always the Phantom. But I could be wrong.
Like, you remember, when we went to Disneyland 3 years ago, many beautiful, wonderful memories from that trip. Many. Eli finding peace on his rock. Danny finding peace in his bathroom. Lee eating food. Myself, one of my best memories.
Wait, you mean Kevin finding peace in the bathroom?
That's what I said, huh?
No, you pointed at him, but you said
Kevin, you found peace in the bathroom.
I did.
One of my best memories was when that Doom buggy holding Danny and myself stopped right in front of the Hatbox Ghost.
It was the exact same moment as the announcement. As soon as that happened, it was like,
It was like a mad dash for both to grab our phones out of our pockets to try to get pictures of where we were.
I remember that.
It was awesome.
All right, so now let's leave Walt Disney World, and they made some announcements running cruises to kind of keep things local. They announced their 6th cruise ship called Disney Treasure.
That's a great name.
Yeah, lovely name. I like it.
Me too.
Looking forward to see what they had.
I like the theming of it, the idea that this is the cruise ship based on adventure. When they said it, I thought that was what the name was going to be, the Disney Adventure. I'm like,
I would have been cool with that too.
I'm cool with that too.
That could be its sister ship.
Yeah,
made sense.
Disney Treasure is even better name, and I like the idea that this is not going to be a princess laden ship. It's going to be more of like, you saw Coco, you saw that the Haunted Mansion Ghost,
Peter Pan,
and stuff like that. I liked it. It's almost like I don't mean to sound sexist in saying this, but like a cruise ship for boys.
Yeah,
because so much is marketed around princesses.
Well, they had the Grand Hall that's inspired by Aladdin. If you saw that,
I did.
That art was pretty amazing.
That looked cool.
So that's going to be pretty awesome. They said they're sending the Disney Wonder, which is my honeymoon ship, off to Australia late next year. And also, they're going to build another Castaway Key in the Bahamas, which they're calling, I guess, Lighthouse
that sounded
Point.
crazy.
Which Royal Caribbean, I believe, is the one that has two of them, or maybe it's I forget who it is. I think it's Royal Caribbean that has two different parts of the Bahamas that they use for their cruise ships, and so it sounds like Disney's just catching up to those guys.
What was the name of that cruise ship island place?
Luthor.
Castaway Key, or
yeah, it was like Altheria.
Aleuthia.
I just remember saying Luthor, so I know it was
Aretha?
close.
I think it was a name.
Aretha Franklin Luthor?
There was a stripper that Eli used to date, and I think that was
Yeah.
it. Alethea.
That was her island?
Yeah,
Yeah.
there you go.
Yeah,
Yeah, Elisa
Nothing but
It
Ray.
was an island.
nothing but Bush.
Elisa Hotel Room. Yeah, so
At least a hotel room.
that was
yeah.
it. That was it.
All right, what else?
Yeah, so then they touched upon a bunch of well, we'll keep it local. Let's keep it local. They announced a lot of things at the end of stuff beyond Big Thunder Mountain. Beyond, this is all blue sky stuff that they were talking about.
Okay, so now this is where, I need to say this before we get into this. This is part of when they started to lose me a little bit.
Oh yeah,
Because it's like, there was a point in time where I turned to y'all when we were watching this and I said, it's like they're just doing our show.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Like, imagine if we put behind there this and that and the other. We're not saying we're going to do it. And we're going to show you concept art, and we're not saying this is what it's going to look like. But just imagine if we did it.
Armchair Imagineering show.
Exactly. And it's like, but are y'all really doing this? And it seemed a little bit like, maybe.
Yeah, they didn't commit to anything.
Well, maybe they're fishing. Maybe they're fishing out there to see, like how the internet spikes this week. Do people go nuts for the new Coco Land, or do people go, thumbs down or whatever?
Oh, they went nuts for the
trying to
villain
see
stuff.
if this bites.
The villains thing
the
has
villain
got the
stuff,
biggest
yeah.
reaction there.
What got the biggest reaction?
The Disney villain stuff.
Oh, yeah, the Disney villain stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. A whole Disney villains mini land, a Coco mini.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it's like not maybe even a land. It's more of an attraction, I suppose. But it's a villains land. They didn't give you any indication what the villain stuff was about.
Right. It
was just
didn't say
Disney
what it
villains.
looked like. It's going to be beyond
Beyond the
Santa Cecilia or whatever.
Disney villains.
Coco and then Encanto. I mean, is going to have a little piece of that.
Sure.
So, yeah, they have that. And then Animal Kingdom, they talked about maybe Zootopia replacing Dinoland USA.
But it just sounded like something that we could have made up on the fly.
Yeah, and
Pretty
that
much,
that
yeah.
could be our show for the next couple weeks.
Coco, you climb the back of an
Yeah.
Alabrea and you go along, and in Kanto you explore a house, and then Disney Villains land, and you see Disney Villains.
Alabrea, I guarantee you're going to use the same ride system as Flights of Passage.
I think we did a Coco
Yeah.
Imagineering show, and that was one of the attractions that we came up with, was riding in Alabrea.
Are you saying they're stealing our ideas?
No.
No.
I would never say that. We would just do them.
That's all right. I think I'm sure I said copyright Magic Our Way at some point.
Yeah.
I'm usually pretty good at that.
Well, then legally, I mean, we got a case here. Come
I
on,
know.
Harry.
I think we're good.
Harry.
Harry.
Hey.
And then
I will say this: like when they said that they were going to do something, or they want to do something with Dinoland USA, of course, I'm like, well, finally.
Well, but are
Are
they?
they?
Yeah, but that was my question. So I saw that too, and I'm like, does that mean they're getting rid of Dinoland USA, or does that mean they're adding to Dinoland USA?
Right. Or and if they do that, do they get rid of Dinosaur? Because
no, they can
Dinosaur
retheme
is
that.
not going to fit with.
I turned to Kevin. I said,
Well,
dude,
you know
that's
what I'm saying?
they
But the
can
actual-
retheme that. They can retheme that easily.
I mean, yeah, of course they can retheme it. The ride system will still be there, but it's not going to be Dinosaur. It'll be Alazor or whatever we just said.
No, because
But,
it's going to be
like-
Zootopia, and it's going to be Moana Splash Mountain is what it looked like. It looked like you took the Moana boats up, and then you splashed down off of a ride, and then it was Zootopia in the way in the back, and then there was a third thing, or maybe I'm misremembering. Maybe I'm thinking of Beyond.
It was
Maybe that's where I'm misunderstanding. I felt like they were.
no, that's
I felt like they were saying, "Here's like 3 ideas we have." Not that they're doing all 3 there.
Exactly.
Like, hey, we could do
Right.
this, or we could do this, or we could do this. Not that they're doing all 3.
that was what was pissing me
Right.
off. Yeah, it
Yeah.
was like, but then they showed the concept art of it, and I want to say you did. Well, again, I could be getting the Beyond Thunder Mountain confused with the Zootopia idea.
No,
And-
they did it twice. They did the Zootopia idea for Animal Kingdom,
right,
and then they did another one
Yeah, with that Moana.
for what could happen if, and they had Zootopia in that one as well.
Because
Yeah.
Moana was the concept art
Yeah.
used. Y'all both saying about TV, and you and Kevin were pointing.
Yeah.
This
You're
Moana
right.
was
There
the
was
first one.
concept art because it looked like Moana Splash Mountain because it looked like those
Right.
those boats would drop. And
It was-
Kevin,
Yeah, it does.
Like a spinner
Yeah,
rod.
yeah,
Remember, it
absolutely.
was showing the Imagineers like crafting like a Moana, like a sculpture or something like that too. They're like, oh yeah, but the whole conversation between the three people on the stage was kind of awkward. It was almost like the other two people were in the back drinking, and then like the guy was like, "Come on up," and everyone was like, "Oh, what? We're supposed to talk about?"
I remember. And so there was a big spinner ride, and I couldn't figure out what it was. So there was this Moana Splash Mountain looking area to the left.
Yeah.
And then in the far back, there was this Zootopia place that you would.
Yeah.
And then there was this huge spinner ride thing. And I looked at it and I couldn't place it. And I think it was Kevin who said it was a
Kakamora.
Kakamora spinner.
Yep.
Kind of like Dumbo ride where you would go up and down.
Yeah.
And that looked really, really, really cool. This whole area looks cool. But what does this have to do with dinosaurs? Like I said, it just seems to me like Dinoland is toast.
I'm sure they're getting rid of dinosaurs.
Well,
I guarantee it.
I mean, I went on Google Earth and looked at it.
Yeah,
That's
right.
the way I thought they were.
Oh,
Looked like they would have to
fine.
get rid of it.
Huh?
Looks like they would have to get rid
Okay,
of it. I would look on Google Earth when we're talking about, it, and the footprint of Dinoland is not all that big, and it's kind of.
I would hope not. I don't want to lose them because there's nothing in here that tells me, but between a Moana boat ride, a spinner ride, and whatever's happening in that far off land of Zootopia, there's nothing in here that tells me dinosaur is going to be rethemed or saved in any way. It just seems like it's either going away or it's staying, and this is just happening a little bit beyond Dinoland. They're expanding Dinoland,
I don't know.
and this is, but you can't call this Dinoland. I don't know what the hell. Yeah, I mean, what do you call this?
That's what I'm saying is that you can't make it three different things. It either has to be you incorporate Zootopia into Animal Kingdom, or you do Coco into Animal Kingdom, or you do Moana into Animal Kingdom. There's not space for all of that. There's really not even space for Zootopia.
Yeah, but no.
They were talking about going from land to land to land to land. Like, wait,
Lambda.
I'm telling you, lambda.
Lambda.
There's concept art out there where you can look at it and you can plainly see that they've envisioned a world in which this all exists together. And the only way it works to me is if the Moana thing is like the realm of monsters.
No,
If you do like a journey through the realm of monsters and Zootopia is all animals, Kakamora is animal somewhat, like animal adjacent, animal
adjacent.
animal fluid. I don't know, but there's something animalistic about those Kakamora things, so that to me would make sense. But yeah, the concept art clearly shows that these concepts are Moana and Zootopia are fitting in harmony with one another, back either beyond Dinosaur Land or in the place of Dinosaur Land.
it just doesn't make sense.
I never trust concept art. I always say that.
Look, that's what
You know,
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you.
I see it. I'm just saying it just doesn't make sense.
I say we're saying there's not enough space. There's enough space. If you look on the Google Maps, they have all kind of green space to the right of Animal Kingdom. Sure, they can expand it.
is there enough
Oh, good.
operating cost space?
Well,
That's the
yeah.
key right there.
Yeah, but still, I mean, to argue that there's no space to put this thing, yeah, there's space.
They fill in that water right there. They go over it.
Well, no, the water would be part of it because water was
Well,
part
sure.
of the picture, and it almost looks
There's
like
plenty of space
that's
after.
the water where they had like the Moana ride, drop down Splash Mountain looking thing, and the Kakamora. So I could totally see them expanding it. They don't even have to get rid of the parking lot.
If that's the case, then they don't have to get rid of Dinoland USA, and they wouldn't. Why would they even have brought it up? They could have just said expansion coming to the Animal Kingdom, possible expansion, Zootopia, and
I mean, they can
Moana.
get rid of Dinoland USA. I don't
like-
care about that.
No, I'm talking like, but Kirk's right because we were like, because I remember Kirk even asking the question like as he's kind of filibustering. Kirk was like, "What would fit in with Dinoland USA?" Because that's what he made it sound like is that whatever's coming in is going to fit into Dinoland USA.
Yeah, I
as
didn't
part
catch that. I
of
heard a
Dinoland.
replacement.
See, I didn't hear that, but
when I was listening to the presentation, I didn't think that.
that's possible. But
Yeah.
Kirk, do you remember asking that question?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I mean, because that's when we were trying to figure out like what could fit in, what's dinosaur related that could fit in there, and then it was just like, yeah, nothing to do with
None
dinosaurs.
of it, yeah.
So you're not
yeah.
in the least bit sad about this, huh?
No, because I mean, if the ride system stays, which I imagine it would, because why would they rebuild it? They'll just retheme the ride to something else.
Yeah, but looking at the concept art, I mean, there's nothing it would. Well, I mean, we don't know what the Zootopia land is.
Yeah,
I
the
suppose.
Zootopia Rim could use that ride system. I mean, it could be in Officer whatever the Bunny's car, which is a big like Jeep looking thing, if you remember from the movie. And so I could see her chasing a Flash around the city or something, or on a chase for Flash or something. Bring him in. I don't know. That could be possible.
So you're okay with dinosaur going away?
Yeah, no, I mean, I have no problem. The ride system's what I always enjoyed. Whether or not it's dinosaur or not. My favorite version of that ride system is the Indiana Jones ride in Disney.
100%,
so
yeah.
I don't care if the one we gets rethemed. I'm not going to cry if it leaves dinosaur.
You want to shed a little tear? A little?
Nah, not really. No.
Wow,
But I mean, if they get rid of the ride system, then yeah, I probably would. Because I think that's such a revolutionary ride system that they, at the time, that's still around, that I think could work pretty well if they just took care of it.
I couldn't agree more. It's like the 3D movie ride. Why does that not work anymore? Well, because we don't do anything else with it.
Right.
But I think those 3D movies hold up well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think so. But all right, so they just real quick, they announced a bunch of stuff at international things. I don't know if we want to cover that.
We don't need to cover all. Well, I mean, if you want to, I mean, I guess.
Not really. Yeah, I mean that's for. I mean, you've got Duffy.
All the really cool Frozen stuff, the new Frozen stuff.
Zootopia, a lot of nighttime stuff, like in Tokyo with the lighting.
They got some wild stuff.
Yeah, they were real excited about that stuff. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
Oh, and Duffy and Friends.
Yeah, Duffy and the Fox.
Linnell. What was the name of that toy?
Linnell.
Lina?
She's going to be twerking.
She's going to be twerking with a
the She-Hulk.
magnifying glass. Yeah, we're making the stab.
Duffy.
What?
But the thing...
It's going to be like a furries club.
But I think the thing we want to make sure we talk about is the nighttime stuff.
Okay.
Right? Because they announced the return of Happily Ever After.
Okay.
Apparently to the Magic Kingdom. And they just added into the lineup about a little less than a year ago.
Okay.
Almost a year ago.
Happily Ever After. That is the one that
was there before.
That took place before. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I'm trying to, because I mean, I'll be
It
honest
was in
with you.
Disneyland too.
Yeah.
It's going to replace Wishes, right?
Yes.
I don't pay much attention to the
There you
fireworks shows, so I really don't care. It would be my take on this. I really did think that Enchantment show improved with the addition that they just did with Walt and Roy, because I felt like this is supposed to be the 50th anniversary show, so I was wondering why I didn't have Walt in there like at all, or really kind of feature anything having to do with the parks. And then they added in that, and I kind of felt like that right or wrong. So maybe what the idea is that, okay, we're going to go back to this now because this was our 50th anniversary show and now it's over.
That's how you're going to play it. That's a convenient way to play it, other than the fact that I wasn't a fan of the show. I thought it wasn't that great. As compared to Happily Ever After, I didn't think that show was anything close to it.
Over-reliance on projections.
Yeah, I mean,
That's what killed it.
I saw it once, and that's the only time I ever saw it, and I don't need to see it again.
Mm-hmm.
Even with the additions, they just didn't really capture it.
To be fair, I felt the same thing about Happily Ever After. I saw it once, I don't need to see it again. If I see it, I'll see it at Narcoossee's or California Grill or something.
I liked it better than it replaced a good show that I liked before that.
Wishes.
Wishes was awesome.
Now that's,
If they went back to that, then I'd be flipping my head. But
I'd be jumping on the table. Like, we're going to do Wishes, but we're going to plus it.
Yeah, I think that'd be great.
Well, and that was the other thing. So that leads us to Harmonious then, right?
Exactly. That's where I was going with it. They're also replacing Harmonious with the 100 Years of Wonder Nighttime Spectacular. Harmonious again, which also just started a little over almost a year ago, which I thought was very interesting.
Yeah, that didn't take long.
I thought that was interesting as well. Just like Chris Rock said, grand opening, grand closing.
No
Harmonious. That's another show I saw once. I could care for it, and I never saw it again.
All those barges, everything that they put together, all that for
1 year.
1 year.
1 year.
Damn.
And they're going to stay.
I mean, I gotta imagine the barges are gonna stay though. They're just gonna change the show and use the barges, right?
Maybe not so heavily rely on the barges.
I hope not. I mean, I hope that's part of the reason why they're saying, okay, maybe we went a little overboard here. Maybe we need to scale this back a little bit. I'm hoping that's why part of the change is, because it's like, we can't have these huge monstrosities messing up the sight lines of Epcot.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just predict, and we'll come back to this, I guess, when it opens, but I'm gonna predict they're just gonna do a different show on those barges.
I hope so. I mean, like, I shouldn't say I hope so. In the sense of, I hope that they keep those big barges in place, but I hope that they make use of some of the technology they learned from Harmonious. But I don't want to see crap like that. I mean, there was a reason why they took a ball in, they took the ball out. Right. There was a reason why they did that when they did Illuminations. I mean, we don't need that cluttering up the lagoon. So I hope if barges stay, I hope they're able to do it in a a less
Festive.
obvious way.
Parchmonious.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very interesting. I mean, they had the convenient reason, like, hey, the 50th is over. Now we're moving on to the 100th.
Yeah, they're
That's
gone.
a very convenient reason
Very
to
gone.
say that this show is going away because maybe it wasn't so popular. I don't know. That's my thoughts on that. But anyway, also going back to Disneyland, where the hub of the 100 Years of Wonder celebration will be. Disneyland Park is getting a new Wondrous Fireworks Spectacular. So that could be cool. I'm going to be curious to see what that looks like. But also more so, we're going to have a World of Color will be coming back. With a little more,
that was exciting.
yeah, with a little more oomph, chutzpah and stuff.
Well, they said World of Color 1.
yeah, they said,
Yeah.
but they never said World of Color 2, whatever that would be. So
Was it like World of Color 1? Was that like, are they going back to the original World of Color show?
That's what I would take that to be.
I mean, I don't know.
I took it to. I mean, I'm just looking at articles just to make sure I got it, but maybe it's an entirely new World of Color show because they were saying that it's going to look different than anything you've seen before with World of Color and the use of those water screens. So I assumed it was like a super new thing that they were going to produce for that. I don't know if it's, but they did. He did. I do remember him saying World of Color 1, and I'm like, what is okay? What's 2? If there's a 1 that suggests that there's another, so maybe it's a 2.
maybe the other was a prequel.
Maybe so that's what they're going to do. They're going to do a World of Color prequel. Whatever show was there before, they're going to bring that back.
Pre-color.
And plus it.
Yeah.
Black and white. World of black and white.
Monocolor. All
Not
right.
a Charlie Chaplin. But
Yes.
yeah, there you go.
So, is that it?
That's it. Yeah, as far as everything related to the U.S. parks and related, and we barely touched on the international stuff, but that's okay.
Well, I
that
mean,
could be a whole different show. And
you know, guys, get our international numbers up higher, and we'll talk about it more.
yeah.
But
Yeah, I gotta visit that
that's-
first.
we'll even come out there and visit because we want to.
Yes, very much so. But that's essentially it.
Yes.
D23.
Okay, so here's where I want to go with this discussion. That's kind of where I was waiting to go.
All right.
Disappointed, ecstatic. Where would you put your enjoyment level or satisfaction level, I should say, of this version of D23? Because for me, it's really, really low.
Agnostic.
Is meh a category?
Well, I'm excited to go to Disneyland.
Man.
I mean, I thought the Disneyland stuff was pretty cool.
Like
well,
what?
that's what I'm saying. Like it would make me want to go to Disneyland more.
Like what?
Let's see. I would start with.
Man, I could give
I don't know. I guess because they had just announced so much stuff. They had announced so much stuff that it was like, oh, okay, they're getting this. Oh, they're getting that. They're getting that. And then when it came to Walt Disney World, then it was like, yeah, we're not getting anything. I mean, I got a lot of stuff for the 50th, right?
We're getting
Yeah.
hypothetical stuff.
I definitely want to check out the San
Tokyo.
whatever.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
That sounds really cool. Yeah, San Francisco.
I would agree with that, but I mean, yeah. Yeah, go ahead.
I want to see what they do with the Paradise Pier Hotel too. Bringing
Yeah.
Pixar stuff in there. That's
Yeah.
gonna be that might make me want to stay there more than what they're right now with it.
That's a good point.
Yeah, that's a
so
good
I think
point.
that's good.
Yeah, that to me because Pixar. I'm sorry, Paradise Pier or whatever it was. It was way off. Like there was 3 hotels, but there was really only 2 that you would
Yeah,
ever
one
book
was
at.
way a little bit in the distance.
Yeah,
You
and
can
I
take
went
the
over there
monorail
one time and
Well, you know,
bought it.
it's 3 deluxe hotels, but really there's 2 deluxes and a moderate.
Yeah,
It's kind of, and you could just stay, and I mean, still true, I guess, for location wise, but you're just better off staying off property at that point. But again, I think it'll be a good refresh for that. I mean, I definitely want to see what how the Mickey and Minnie Runaway Railway is going to be, and that sounds like a really cool. Not improvement, but to see how they do it differently, that's pretty exciting.
but you've seen it.
Of course, it's going to be the same ride,
Yeah.
but it should be different.
Should be
The,
different.
I like
the pre-show will be very different, but that'll be about it.
Yeah.
I can see that. Yeah.
This didn't really mention this, but their Disney Run races are coming back. Might be a time to sign up for a 5K or something. We could do the MOW 5K. I don't know.
Yeah, you can do that. I'm not.
You want to race
everybody-
Josh
Yeah,
in
okay.
Disneyland?
Yeah, you can race Josh. I'm not running.
Yeah,
I have no aspirations of that
yeah.
in my life.
Go on vacation or run.
I'll
Sorry.
go watch and film you.
Anyway,
Yeah.
I'll support the piss out of you.
I mean, maybe
Film
again,
ya.
maybe it's just because they did give us so much more stuff for Disneyland that it's like, okay, now's the time to go there. And Disney World 100 times. We're not getting much new. I'm excited to see when Tron opens up, but other than that, nothing really just grabbed me.
Yeah, but like we don't even have a date on this San Francisco. Yeah, I can't even say it.
San Francisco, yeah.
We don't even have a date on that. I mean, who knows when that's going to be started? Mickey Minnie's Runaway Railway, I've already seen. What Kevin said about the running thing, yeah, good for people who like to run. But for the most part, I'm kind of cool. Even the Avengers. I mean, I think what you meant maybe to go was the Avengers ride with King Thanos, which sounds nice, except for the fact that we saw how they botched how great they made web slingers sound, and how awful that was, and the Doctor Strange thing was god awful, and I don't know. I mean, I just don't have a whole lot of faith in what they're doing with Avengers Campus. I hope this is right. I hope this is good, but it just seems like the Quinjet ride would have been a better ride.
I agree with
I
that.
was still expecting that.
I was looking
I was
forward
hoping to hear
that.
something about that.
It just seems like I'm having an adventure that exists in the tangents, but not really. Like, I feel like I'm watching something that is not part of the MCU. It's kind of a little side story of nothingness.
Right.
Yeah. That,
What do you think, E? What do you of all this?
Or just that general question that he asked.
Yeah.
Again, like, Gnostic. I was in the middle. I was just like, okay, well, even the guy though that was doing all of the pitching of everything seemed kind
Josh
of
tomorrow, yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of seemed like, a salesman. That's really how I felt about it. I wasn't really like jumping up and down when they had something. I mean, I was happy when they talked about the Hatbot Ghost, coming in. I did.
Yeah.
You did. I mean, it was like watching Rocky IV with Danny and Kirk. He was like rubbing. He was like, yeah, but yeah, but really, other than that, maybe want to go to Japan. To be honest with you,
I've been wanting to go to Japan for a long time. Yes,
I know I know we're not going to elaborate on it and stuff, and that's cool. But there was a part where they were showing the Frozen character like that they had out there.
The villain. Yeah. The animatronic of Elsa.
I thought that was a real person that just happened to have a big head on like a mask or something.
Oh right, yeah.
I was like, wow, they do it big over there.
The movements are spectacular. Yeah,
but it didn't really make me really sold on going back to the world. Like Lee said, I'm always gravitating more towards Disneyland now, just because of obvious reasons. Easier to walk, everything's kind of more compacted, and that's the only place where Marvel property is for me. So I have to go there. But yeah, really. The guy's like, yeah, check it out. We got this, that, and the other. And I was excited for my boys, but I mean, I like the King Thanos illustration. But other than that, I mean, I really was just watching whatever he had going through. And I'm like, well, this takes 2, 3, 4 years.
Right.
What'll happen in that? So, yeah, kind of in the middle.
Yeah, and that's what it felt like. It's like, this whole presentation is going to be about the that you already knew was coming.
Yeah.
Stuff that you never knew was coming, but still is so far out and in the drawing, and we could just cancel this at any point in time, but we're just going to wax about it just for the sake of having stuff to show you and filling something, but we're not promising any of this.
But the heat off of some of the properties that they were showcasing, it kind of lost its shine.
Lost its luster. Yeah, no. That's a good point. Like, the Quinjet thing for the Avengers, that would have been great to do before, and Thanos could have been a villain. Now they have to come up with an alternate version of Thanos. And it's not even the Thanos we know. It's a King Thanos version, which, okay, cool. Maybe I want to say, but I mean, do you really want that version of Thanos, or you just want Thanos?
Yeah,
I'd rather just Thanos.
Yeah.
I'd rather. I don't need 6 different versions of Captain America. I'd just like one.
Yeah,
I'd like to see the Avengers fight fight Thanos in a ride, and have that be the end of it. And that's what I'm saying. It's just like all they did was kind of focus on stuff you already knew was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Then there's stuff that might end up coming, and then they bridge the gap with a bunch of little things like walk around Hulks and Hatbox Ghosts and whatnot. And some of the stuff resonated, and some of the stuff didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But beyond that, there was nothing that, like, there was no new country added to the World Showcase. There was no improvement being done in the Imagination Pavilion. There's no real plan for the laugh floor or Stitch or any of that space over there in Tomorrowland that's currently being wasted. I mean, it just seems like, I don't know. I wanted so much more. I really wanted something for Animal Kingdom for sure.
Yes.
I like Animal Kingdom needs something terribly. And to find out that we have an idea. That's all we have is
It's
an
still
idea.
blue sky.
Yeah, and that's a
Blue
great
sky,
point because they harped on everything else, and it's really a good chance to say, yeah, look how we elaborated, look how we took the time in COVID to plan and expand, and boom, now it's in your face, naked chest, love it. But
and by the way, if they
not
go
so
in this
much.
direction, like a retheming of Animal Kingdom may not even be that far behind. Like this is you're really starting to get far and far away from animals if you keep going into this direction.
yeah, take
As long as it's
savages.
not
you
a
could,
zoo.
You could buy savages for me.
All they need to do now is
Yeah.
they need to come out with a movie, whether it be live action animated, that's set somewhere in Nepal on a big mountain. Retheme
You're good to go, yeah.
Expedition Everest.
The golden child of the park.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
man.
there you go.
Eddie Murphy
There you
versus the Yeti. You got my money.
But it's
So Dan, just to confirm, you're feeling.
I want money.
Money. How many people have passed this Yeti? None. None.
So Dan, just to confirm, you said you're kind of low on this, right?
I'm very low on
You're
that.
very enlisted. Okay, cool.
Yeah. I was not. I mean, the one thing that really I'm hyped about because there's a date, it's been confirmed, it's going to happen, and it's something we've long wanted was the Hatbox Ghost.
Right.
If they would have said coming in 2026, Moana Land and this, the idea that it's like, nope, we're still discussing it. We're
Yeah,
still
just
just
not
discussing
enough,
it. We're
yeah.
banding in about. We don't really know what's going to happen.
There's hope.
It could happen. It could turn out like that
Yeah.
opera house on Main Street that's never been heard from since.
Right.
Yeah, and one thing they've proven to us is that they love throwing concept art and ideas out
Yep.
there, but then they also love changing them in some way or another or getting rid of them altogether. I mean,
Right.
New Fantasyland was something totally different when it was first announced.
Yep.
The first concept art came out to what we have now.
So, what do you think about all this?
Me?
Yeah, what's your overall feeling?
It's, like I said before, I think it's meh because
Okay.
because you, like Dan said, you announced us a lot of things you're thinking about doing, but you didn't announce too much that you're actually going to do.
Yeah.
And then the things that you said are going to do, it's going to change before it happens.
Yeah.
And a lot
always
of it, they've
happens.
already announced doing it.
I mean, you've done a massive expansion to Hollywood Studios. Epcot's still ongoing. Animal Kingdom's next, obviously, because you just did Magic Kingdom. You do Animal Kingdom. To that little part you want to do now, we'll circle back to Magic Kingdom. So these are the ideas we have. So we know they're thinking about what direction they're going in with Magic Kingdom. They're going that Big Thunder Mountain area back that way. And these are the ideas that we have.
Mhm.
So maybe they'll come one day. You'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't hold your breath.
And does this all still take place in Frontierland, or is this a new land?
Yep.
Coco.
Now I'm trying, again,
It's beyond Big
Google
Thunder
Earth. I'm
Mountain.
looking and trying to figure out how they're going to go from Big Thunder Mountain around back and across the railroad tracks into that green space they have there. It's
Oh,
like
you got to turn right at the Singing Bush.
Coco.
You got to fire a gun in the air.
Yeah, they're coming around the
The
mountain.
invisible
That's
guy.
what I'm
they said beyond Big Thunder Mountain. Is it going to be beyond Big Thunder Mountain in space that's trees now, or they're going to fill in some of the waterway,
Beyond the
Rivers
bush.
of America?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sure they're going to keep the river, huh? Yeah, I think the concept art looks like they were going to keep the river. They should. That'd be dumb.
Again, like
Get rid of
that's
that.
one thing I would have liked to have known a little bit more about is the restaurant over in Disneyland for Tiana, because I always felt like they should retrofit that dang steamboat that no one gets on to make it a restaurant.
I think that'd be great.
I saw concept art on Facebook this week that there is going to be an area of New Orleans Square that Tiana and just a store, but
It's a
I
store.
did see it.
Yeah,
That's
no, I
gonna be
saw
in
that
there.
as well. But I mean, like to get Tiana's Palace, like I can't see them putting that in.
No, that big.
I'd love
Yeah,
it.
that big
I'd love
building,
it.
yeah, no.
the steamship looking.
In fact, like when you were looking on the thing, it says Tiana's Foods. I'm like, what a horrible name,
Tiana's food.
Tiana Food.
Tiana food.
Tiana's Creole cutlery.
Yeah, like
It's out.
yeah.
Tiana's plates.
Just Tiana's would work.
Yeah.
Tiana's
Oh,
Food.
shoot, Tiana's place, like the movie. Why not?
Yeah, that's good.
that's fine.
That's elegant. Is that what they think of us as Southerners? That we're just not elegant? We have like no imagination.
Well, that's probably what the rest of
whatsoever?
the country thinks. Buffoons.
Yeah,
But whatever.
Man, well, this is not helping.
No.
I'm saying it's not helping.
Well, what
I'm
about
think-
you, Kev? You haven't chimed in.
Yeah, I'm just about to, and I was going to say that I'm on the low side, but I'm curious, and I'm not on the low side because of D23 stuff. That doesn't have me terribly excited, but what has me on the low side is the amount of money spent to go visit these things if I want to go see it. So that is still overlooming everything that they've done so far, as far as the Genie Plus and all these different things. It looms over, is a cloud that looms over anything that they announced.
Sure.
Because when I think about, I want to travel these places to go check out all this stuff, then okay, great, but I still have all this expense that has to go with it. And how long will it take for me to save to be able to even do that, to enjoy it, that kind of a thing. So I'm thinking about the financial side of thing, and until they clear up that cloud, I'll find it hard pressed to be fully psyched to go see any of the things they are planning to do if they actually do it.
I can see that 100%. Yeah, and that's a great point that needs to be said. It's like, yeah, if you want me to go, make this a better experience for me as a guest.
Yeah, no, and that should be the important thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the guest experience is what they're looking at. Guys, look, we're curious to know what you think about the D23 Parks, Resorts, and Experiences presentation I guess the Disney Parks presentation about everything. How do you feel about the stuff that they're announced? Is this stuff making you amped to go? Do you have ideas that are contrary to what we're thinking of? We'd love to know. We'd love to have a discussion about it, and we're about to tell you how to get in touch with us in just a little bit to have those conversations. Well, guys, we hope you enjoyed that discussion about the D23 announcements. Look, MagicRE.com is the way to go if you want to learn more about us. There you'll find our social media links, past episodes, and more. Also, if you want to get in touch with us or share your opinions on anything we talked about, you can do so through the following ways. First, shoot us an email at show@magicrwe.com. And two, you can call or send us a text message at 1-815-MO-WEEKEND. That is 1-815-MO-WEEKEND. That is 669-4226. And of course, we have a couple guys that do things outside of the podcast. We have Eli does things with comics.
Yeah, always go to the ivycomics.com website where you see things that I have for Project Geisha, Savages, and Molly Be Damned. They're fully colored comics, no ads in the middle of them like other people do. Just get that straight read in your life. I also have interviews and then blog posts, and then, of course, there's a link to the Magic Our Way podcast so you never miss a beat, an episode, an opinion, or an insight. So that's how Synergy works. That's how we do that. So always support the arts and support Ivy Comics. Appreciate you there.
Do that.
You can also find me on Facebook.com right there. Eli H. Ivy, as long as you're a real person. Nice to meet you, but if you're a bot, cannot greet you no more. All right, I could throw out a name, but it was so long, I just that is a bot automatically. That's how bad that was.
Bots.
That's it. Terrible.
Bots.
They impersonate my relatives now. It's crazy.
What?
They're like replicants. Can't do it. It's wild. It's like the T-1000 and stuff.
Oh, no, not that.
That's right. To call my mom, said, "Did you just try to friend me?" Sick. I'm already your friend. I was like, I know, but just making sure you was
The
you.
Mama 2000.
Yeah, the Mama 2000. Boy, the frame.
Mama Pajamba.
Hey, Mama bot. Oh, no. These guys are serious. So, yeah, always there. Facebook.com, Eli Jive. I'm right there. Project Geisha has a Project Geisha has a Facebook page. So, Facebook.com.
Project Geisha has a face.
Yeah, right on your face. / Project Geisha.
Project Geisha. That's like
Geisha in your face.
Oh,
like
get
a
in. Get all the love.
titties.
What?
We're still talking about the mama?
Oh, Lord. Oh, no.
No.
Sorry, I zoned out for a
I'm
second.
running away from that right now. Quick.
Yeah.
Instagram. Let's get off of that. Instagram right there, posting up hearts and likes and everything you got right there. EIB504. And of course, on Twitter, I can be found at Hancock10166. So if you appreciate the madness, then just bringing me the gladness. Thank you very much.
And if you want to book a vacation to any of the Disney parks around the world, or even any of the DVC resorts outside of the theme park areas, you could do it through Lee. Lee, tell them how to book with you, sir.
Just give me a call at 832-431-1621. That's 832 Bayou Mist. 832. You can email me at lee@magicourway.com. Facebook, you can find me at facebook.com/Lastovica Travel. That's LASTOVICA Travel. On Instagram, you got a friend in Lee Travel. And on TikTok, you got a friend in Lee. And if you do need that, we'll get you hooked up and booked up with no.
Shavika.
Can you spell that?
Nice.
FPFFFTFF Vika.
H.
Yeah. That.
Yeah, that. And I just want to thank the invaluable Captain Cajun Chavez Kirk for gracing us once again in the studios to share his opinions on any of this stuff.
Oh,
thank you, Kirk.
Thank you
Thank you for coming down that mountain on the bayou.
Oh, it was a treacherous route. I mean,
You be careful going up those things, too.
That drop was like, stomach in the throat all over.
It was
Yeah.
like fun, though. Nice trees y'all got out there.
And I appreciate them installing those little runaway truck ramps like they do, like out in the West.
Beautiful tree.
Down the bayou.
Do let us know when you turn your house into a B&B. So that way we can go enjoy all this lush greenery and mountains.
Yeah, I want to do some hiking in the bayou.
Yes,
Yeah.
exactly.
Greenery and the mountaintops. It's like you gotta get to the top of the mountain, plant your flag, claim it. It's mine.
Yeah,
It's
I want some Bayou Mist in my life.
You're gonna pay extra for the Bayou Mist.
That's fine with me.
Depending on kind you want.
It sounds magical.
Always magical, all right though.
I don't know how it is that y'all live in this lush tropical paradise. I haven't had us over to your house yet.
Best kept secret ever.
I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed. I did not know the beauty right outside my front door.
Be
Until
ashamed.
Disney- Disney showed it to me.
Okay, can I add something to that?
You could have whatever. you want, sir.
This is straight from National Geographic, which of course we know is a Disney company. And they define a bayou as a slow-moving creek or swampy section of a river or lake. They are usually found in flat areas where water collects in pools. Bayous are often associated with the southeastern part of the United States. Bayous are usually shallow and sometimes heavily wooded.
You got heavy wood.
That's defined by a Disney company. A part of the Disney company.
Sounds like a
They're
pretty
usually
accurate
found in
description.
flat areas of water.
Flat.
And slow moving, so not necessarily something that would work a water wheel.
Exactly.
Wow.
Let alone flow downhill.
Yes.
I just thought I'd throw that because I was curious.
I
just wanted
appreciate
to-
you throwing that in there, man, because yeah.
I just web searched and National Geographic popped up. I'm like, wait a minute.
I think there's
Disney has National Geographic.
I think there's a lot
That's
of
crooked.
people right now who are listening to the show who are like, these guys are either A, just making it up and there's really mountains in them there, swamps, or B, being over dramatic and just making it sound like, oh, who gives a damn about that? You know, it's just a swamp.
Man.
And no, it's it's kind
Hey,
of
it's
culturally a thing down here. There are a lot of people who make living in those swamps, and it's a little insulting to not portray it accurately if you're going to portray it at all.
I was just saying, Little Leo and Stitch. That's what they did to them.
Especially if you're going to say, nope, that's our new mission here at Disney. Like, I would let the slight go if they hadn't said that at Disney they are now about not slighting anybody.
And it's like like Eli said, it took such pains to come down here to get the authentic New Orleans experiences, which is awesome. I'm glad to go for that. You're not going for a authentic Bayou experience of what you're saying. It's not. If you can have
I'm seeing that vein pop in his head.
areas of Animal Kingdom, if you can have areas of Animal Kingdom that are so intricately themed to where they're from, Asia and Africa and Pandora. I mean, everything's perfect, and you're going to claim that this is where you want Tiana's Bayou Adventure. Why don't you say it's Tiana's Adventure in Georgia?
In the mall.
Whatever. She took a trip. She went to St. Louis or something.
I
It says that.
said the exact same thing. Like, you could have done that.
Yeah, she was in the Smoky Mountains.
She doesn't have to.
She
be
was
in New Orleans.
expanding her
She was
restaurant.
expanding a thing, going up
Yeah.
the Mississippi River, taking a trip, going up, went to St. Louis.
Hey, as long as we're dragging this on, do you think what happened was that the Imagineers got down to New Orleans and basically spent their whole time on Bourbon Street getting drunk and hiring prostitutes?
Probably.
And they came back with like, well, boss, this is what we came up with. Like they made this up on the plane ride home.
You know what's wrong? They made the mistake of answering the question. Better know where you got your shoes.
Oh, I better know it. But quick aside, that's you bring up Animal Kingdom, like shoot, put a bio in Animal Kingdom, and then maybe you can even morph that into the Everglades, which is right in your own
I
backyard.
was gonna say, yeah, they have it's not like there isn't swamps in Florida where if they just weren't sure, they'd like, look, we don't need to pay for another. Let's just go see a Florida swamp. I'm pretty sure they're still not going to find a damn mountain in the middle of a swamp.
A cypress knee, maybe it was a really big cypress knee.
Yeah, it's
Yes. Anyway.
Yeah, we're beating a dead horse.
Yeah, we are, and we'll argue this till the end of time with people that think that this is.
I'll keep kicking it. I don't care.
I'll do that.
I'm
as
with
well.
you, dude. Like, look, I'm sorry, but I mean, no, you can't tell me that we're doing something for the sake of, correcting historical wrongs, and then we're not going to correct geographical wrongs. We're just
Well,
gonna-
I mean, cultural wrongs too. I mean,
cultural wrongs.
seriously.
100%.
It's a culture down here, absolutely. So, anyways, look, there's so many ways to support us as a show as a whole, and you can find them all on our website, magicourway.com. Plus, if you want to elevate your support of the Magic Our Way podcast, go to patreon.com/magicourway. There you'll find 6 awesome tiers to support this show. Any way in which you can support the show is deeply appreciated. We also want to thank you for being a loyal listener, and we love hearing from our listeners. All opinions are always welcome on the Magic Our Way podcast, so make sure you get in touch with us today. So, Mohegans, we say Quaharini. My name is Kevin.
I'm Danny.
Magic out.
I have